Celebration of war. What is it good for?
Jingoism.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it? Celebration of war. Did you see all that D-Day landing shit the other day?
I'm sick of it.
I didn't hear anybody stand there and go, it shouldn't happen again! Did you?
Nope.
You might have to delete that. Because I used the F word. There were all those old boys in the 90s there, not many of them left now.
Nope.
There'll soon be none. And there's these huge monuments and statues
celebrating war
and
death.
There was that Wotton Bassett when anybody used to die in the Afghan or Iraq war. Even the birds stopped singing. They used to bring the coffins through Wotton Bassett, didn't they? And that's jingoism, like he says, a celebration of war. And there was a young lad there. It was on the newspaper, on the front of the newspapers when you were reading it. We don't buy the newspapers. We just either get them. I get them free sometimes, or he looks online for the picture. And yeah, if I'd have been in the Second World War, like my dad was, and he was treated pretty awful by the British government, and not too bad by the Germans, actually.
Strange, isn't it?
Yeah, after the war, he went back to Germany and did business with them, importing and exporting furniture, my dad did. Had a good time, took my mum there, they had a lovely time. German people, very nice. He says when we were fighting them and the Italians, he says they were just the lads like us. We realised, you know, he was, my dad was a World War II veteran, and he hated the British government. He didn't even want to get to 100 years old, so the Queen would send him a letter. I think he passed out before then. And anyway, he was at the Battle of Knightsbridge at the Siege of Tobruk in 1941-42, and the officers, did we go over this?
No.
He was told, the officers were said, how much ammo have you got left, lads?
Oh, yeah.
We've got these 2 pallets of these shells and all these bullets.
To this.
We've got all these bullets. And they went, carry on firing. We're going back to our wives in Casablanca. They were in Tripoli. And this is, anybody can look up this historically. The Americans made a film about it where the Americans come and saved everybody. But yeah, Dad, and he was in the Royal Artillery, and he got captured, and all his mates were put on 2 ships by the Germans and sent across on the Mediterranean to Italy. Guess what? The RAF, the Royal Air Force, came and bombed one of the ships and killed all his fellow soldiers on the other ship.
Shouldn't they be called the Royal Defensive Air Force?
Called the Royal Murderers.
Because, you know, they're supposed to be for defence, but all I've ever seen them do is attack.
That's what it is. It's not defence, it is attack. So it's offence, not defence. Offence. Anyway, so at these D-Day landings, yeah, nobody was saying, oh, this should never happen again. But Macron was there, and Merkel was there, Trump was there, the Queen was there. All of these people that support war, they all celebrate the names or the deaths of all those people who gave themselves in such willing. They were forced into going to war. Forced for guns, oil, and drugs, and profit and greed.
Yes, there's a lot of those that are in power, so-called power now, that may from war.
They shouldn't have any power, should they?
No, they're supposed to be
servants. But it's completely turned the tables. But yeah, there was nobody there in the old veterans. It's insane. It doesn't make any sense. Celebration of war. It's commemorative, it's called. And then they brought all the red arrows over. I wonder if Queenie knows that all that diesel's been sprayed all over her.
Yeah.
They seem to be immune to that shit.
Well,
like all these chemtrails seem to be immune to that. Are they immune to 5G as well? Have they got blue blood or something?
Well,
are they aliens?
Well, if you listen to David Icke, yeah.
Oh yeah, he says they're 9-foot lizards, aren't they?
Reptilians. They do, and MPs and the Royals all do have the same emotions as reptilians, in that they're cold-blooded and they've got no emotion for anyone.
They're definitely cold-blooded. So, where were we? Yeah, this celebration of war, well, to us it seems insane, but to them it means big business. Big business. Because the trade talks are all about war. All about guns, oil and bombs, and... Well, what do you think?
As was pointed out in a video, I think I did it yesterday, where While Churchill was dropping bombs on Germany, Hitler was dropping peace pamphlets on Britain.
Oh, I heard about that, yeah.
We want peace. We've been attacked and beaten and destroyed by the French and the Polish, and they're killing our German brothers and sisters, and so we've gone in and stopped it. That's it. But no. War was demanded by the Zionists that controlled Churchill.
Hitler did a deal with Chamberlain, didn't he, before Churchill?
Yeah.
And after the war, Churchill was kicked out. He wasn't wanted anymore. Oh, he saved Britain. Absolute rubbish. The Americans wanted it in so badly because it was such a big, billionaires. During the Second World War, there were billionaires made,
Yep.
both in England and America.
But let's just think, how did America
And
get
in Europe.
drawn into the Second World War?
Well, they took all of their nice aircraft and stuff out of Pearl Harbor, put all the stuff
Well,
that they wanted demolishing in.
Probably ships rather than aircraft.
There was ships and aircraft, wasn't it? Yeah, ships and aircraft, Pearl Harbor. Well, they had aircraft carriers, which
They took out first.
they took out all the best ones.
They left the
and then
expendable ones.
all the stuff that was going to be scrapped, they moved it in there, knowing full well that the Japanese, who were absolutely atrocious,
And
they were,
why did they know? Because we had cracked the code. So they knew an attack was coming at Pearl Harbor, and they let thousands of men, women and children get massacred when they could have stopped it.
Absolutely.
So they could get into the war.
and now they claim to have saved us from the... Saved us. They only saved themselves. And they made an absolute fortune out of it. Billionaires were made during the Second World War. All over Europe, America, England.
Apart from the normal men and women who were just cannon fodder.
Yeah. Because somebody who walks a negative path doesn't give a shit about you or me. Because they only see themselves as themselves. And that's why people like Queenie and Trumpy live to ripe old ages.
Well, that and the fact that they don't eat any poisoned food, like we have no choice.
We've gone over this before. Queenie has regular injections of baby fluids and stuff, and we don't want to get into that now, but yeah, they do worship Jah. They worship Satan, not Jah.
And Lucifer.
Those other words is Damien and Shaitan.
Mm-hmm.
So, war?
What is it good for?
Absolutely all.